His Secret Obsession by James Bauer is a powerful relationship guide that is available in downloadable PDF or audiobook versions. The book tackles the issues that affect women around the world, including link in the description to learn more. Why men can lose interest in a woman after the initial attraction wears off. Why men are reluctant to commit long-term, even when the early signs of relationships seem so promising. Why men can pull away suddenly and stop communicating with their partners. The central assertion of his secret obsession is that men are driven by instinctive needs, even if they are not consciously aware of them. James Bauer calls this the hero instinct. And he claims that it's up to women to bring this to the fore. In fact, he says a man will be drawn to any woman who makes him feel it. According to the hero instinct, men are driven by these three things: to live a meaningful life and feel appreciated for his efforts to provide for those he cares about in life, including his family, friends and especially his romantic partner. To be respected by his peers. In short, men want to be a hero. And more importantly, they want to be your hero. James Bauer is a successful author, and last year I read another one of his earlier books, What Men Secretly Want, which is a great book in itself. He got his start as a trained psychologist. Learning about the intricacies of men and women's brains and how they differ, Bauer became a relationship coach. For the past 12 years, he's worked with thousands of men and women to help strengthen their relationships. By carefully studying their cases, James Bauer discovered what he believes is the secret to developing a long-term, satisfying relationship. His approach is based on his own personal experience as a therapist and basic human psychology. He has distilled all of this knowledge into this book, His Secret Obsession. Although I'm very familiar with James Bauer, first couldn't find any good sources of information about his secret obsession. All I knew was it was receiving a lot of hype, and that it was supposed to tap into male psychology and reveal our primal desires. So, I did the only thing a self-confessed relationship geek could do. I read the book myself from cover to cover and decided to give my verdict on it here. His Secret Obsession is a 200-page relationship book available to download as an audiobook or a PDF. Right away, it empathizes with women who've been frustrated by their attempts to woo a man. Hands up if any of this sounds familiar to you. You've spent time chatting to a guy, really getting to know them. You've even met up with them and they're clearly interested. Then, puff, they disappear. It's not happened once either, it's happened many times. You've dated a guy who's clearly into you as much as you're into him. After a few months, you start fantasizing that you could settle down with him. Yet, no matter what, he doesn't seem to want to commit. What gives? You've dated a guy who's very push and pull. One minute he's hot for texting, the next he's cold and distant. So frustrating. His Secret Obsession's core thesis is that none of the above is your fault per se. The reason a man whom you desire frustrates you isn't because you aren't sexy enough. It's more that you haven't been able to tap into a man's hero instinct, yet. And the book goes on to show you what the hero instinct is and how you can use it to your advantage. As well as the hero instinct, which I'll take a closer look at in a moment, the book explores other secret signals a man responds to when a woman gives them off. I'm not going to go into huge detail about them here, as that wouldn't be fair on James Bauer. But here are some of the secret signals you'll learn about in the book. The glimpse phrase. According to James, this signal gives a man a glimpse into what a future with you could look like. The fascination signal. James shares an innocent phrase that makes a man emotionally addicted to you. The damsel in distress signal. This is the signal that taps into a guy's protective instincts. In an instant, he will switch into protect and serve mode. I've consumed a lot of fluff that so-called relationship experts have put out. I've watched 30-minute videos that easily could have been condensed into 3 minutes. At 200 pages, his secret obsession is lengthy, but so much of it is value-driven. There are enough gold nuggets in here to justify the length, and whilst James does spend a lot of time discussing the male psyche, it's all validated. Ultimately, his secret obsession is ideal for women who are struggling to get a guy to commit when it's clear that there's some attraction there. He likes you, said he likes you, but keeps holding back. His secret obsession shows you exactly where you're going wrong by highlighting, quite literally, a man's secret obsession. Then, it shows you what you need to do to use it to your advantage. It's not rocket science, it's not magic, but it does take a relationship coach like James Bauer to help us see the light. I loved how practical the book was, I loved how he explained male psychology, and whilst it's quite pricey, the long-term results should be enough to justify it.